Without bargaining, if you do any kind of a business, it is not a business. The distribution of goods and services from the manufacturer to the customer, the entire process is called as commerce. So here, with the advent of technology versus the various new methods of carrying out business have emerged. His name is Poseidon, and Poseidon is a sea Greek god. He is termed as the father of commerce. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for the first bridge course. Now here, when we go with the bridge course, you need to understand what exactly the significance of bridge course is. And Vidhyaashram is the only college which does everything for the students for free. And here, let me tell you here, students, what exactly you should know about business studies. Now, what you mean by business? Now, say many of the people, they say that buying and selling of goods and services for the main motive to earn profit is called business. But let me tell you here, this is what it is not. Now understand what exactly business is. Why people they choose to be an entrepreneur and not a person who wants to be an employee. Now try to understand this. The word business, it has a lot of meaning. The acronym what I have done for the word business is, now when you go with this business studies, the word business here we have given. Now I have my own acronym. The first one, the B in the sense bargain. Without bargaining, if you do any kind of a business, it is not a business. So what exactly you should do is bargain for it. A right price is what you are supposed to know and then pay to them. Next is U in the sense uniqueness. Now in that particular bargaining and the particular product which you are buying, if you don't find that uniqueness in that particular product, please don't buy the product. S in the sense strategy. If you are a seller, what exactly you people should do is you always need to have something called a strategy to attract the customer so that you can make the customer your consumer. Innovation, N for need, E for economic activity. When I say the word here, economic activity, please understand here, business is always an economic activity. Economic activity means where money is involved. So monetary is that. So that is what we call it as economic activity. Without economic activity, without monetary, without finance, if you do something, it is not business. If you do something without these things, it is not business. Now S in the sense services. After once the product is all done, what exactly the customer needs? The customer needs something called services, and without services, you cannot process the entire procedure of business. And next one is what? S for satisfaction. This is the ultimate. Only when you are satisfied, you go with the process of buying or the process of selling. So the entire business is what? That is bargain. Uniqueness you are supposed to find. Then when you go with it, it's all about the strategy, innovation, need, economic activity, service, and the satisfaction. The entire package is what I term them as in my own acronym, that is called business. Now here, when we go with the business, you have a person who has lot of ideas and he goes with innovation, where he tells his people that these are the product which we are supposed to go for so that the customer can actually crave for our product, and then we decide on all these bases. Now please understand that what is commerce, why business studies, who is the father of business studies, and the evolution of business. These are the things which we will actually see in this particular class. So the first one here for you is, what is commerce? Now when we go with the word commerce, now in literally meaning, commerce means what? The distribution of goods and services from the manufacturer to the customer, the entire process is called as commerce. So when we understand this, the commerce has a teaching medium. What exactly it means is, in the teaching medium, it may be defined as a study of business. So commerce means what? It is a study of business. It's a study of business. And what exactly happens here is it's all about the marketing, the activities such as the trade of goods. So here say you have a person who's manufacture a product. He's a person who manufactures the product, and all the way from the manufacturer to the customer. Now this is the end person here. Now end. So whatever the transactions, whatever the study which happens from the manufacturer to the end client, we call this as the end client. Use these words: client, customers, consumers. One of the hint I'll tell you how to remember this. The general public, they are called the customers. Now when they come and buy the product, then they become the consumers. So that means what? All consumers are one's customer, but all customers will not be consumers. So there are n number of people who comes for a window shopping. When they come for a window shopping, they don't buy anything. They will never be called as consumers. They'll only be called as customer. But if the customer comes and buys a product, consumes the product, we term that person as a consumer. So I tell you this, end client, please use these jargons for you people so that it is very useful for you to understand who is a client, what exactly the customer is, who is a consumer, who is a manufacturer, who are the agents, who are those people who are the brokers, say wholesaler you have, retailer you have, agents, broker, all these you are supposed to know. So here when you go with it, that is the marketing activities such as the trade of goods and services from the manufacturer to the end client. So whatever happens, the entire thing, that activity what takes place, we term them as commerce. So anybody, whoever asks you a question, what is commerce? You have taken commerce, which college you are studying. If you answer saying that, yes, I have taken commerce, commerce is just a subject, then it is actually incomplete. Let me tell you what is commerce. From the manufacturer to the end client, all the activities what takes place, that we term it as commerce. So let's understand the next one. The next one is very, very important. That is what? Why business studies? Now, why is that we are supposed to study business studies? Now understand here. Business studies is a subject which comes under the commerce heading. Now, what exactly business studies is? Now, you are supposed to research more on business. What is that? Research. Research more on which one? That is business. So, when you research more on business, that means you are reading dot by dot, right? Dot to dot. What happens? The entire process is what the business studies is. Now, we know that the 21st century here, the 21st century, what has happened? Lot of things have changed from the evolution of business to the global environment which we people are actually going through. Now here we need to understand that how technology changes, how human changes, how the methodology changes, the business also change. Now the entire your 11th standard, your first PUC will be covered under business studies, where you will understand how commerce changed, what exactly the business is all about, how people change in the business, how the products will be getting modified. Now each and everything you will actually see in one subject, that is called business studies. So here with the advent of technology versus the various new methods of carrying out business have emerged. So we need to know how the new technology has changed, how the mode of emergency of business has changed. For that, we need to study business studies. Next one we have here is father of business studies. Now, a lot of you people need to actually see more about the business studies things. Who is the father of business studies? Because you have seen that there are few people who are termed as or coined as the father of accountancy, father of economics. So you will also have a question. So who is the father of business studies? Let me tell you here. When we understand the word accountancy, the father of accountancy is Luca Pacioli. Now, when you go with the economics, what happens is you have a person called Adam Smith. But when it comes to the term business and business studies, we do not have the father of business studies. What usually happens is many of the people, they had an argument saying that Adam Smith is the father of business studies. Many people said it as Philip Kotler. He is a person who is the father of business studies. There are again few more people who says Peter F. Drucker. He is the father of business studies. But let me tell you here, there is no person who is termed as the father of business studies. If you Google more, say 15 days, you will get something called Peter F. Drucker. Another 15 days, you will get something called Adam Smith. Another 15 days, you actually get something called Philip Kotler. So don't go with it. We don't have a father of business studies. There is one particular thing which you should know is the father of commerce. The father of commerce. Now, who is the person who is the father of commerce in the sense? He is not a human. His name is Poseidon, and Poseidon is a sea Greek god. He is termed as the father of commerce. But if you find who is the father of business studies, you have n number of lists which is all false. So don't go with the father of business studies. You will never get anything which is genuine, which is correct. Next, we are supposed to go with a activity that is called economic activity and non-economic activity. So here when we go with economic and non-economic activity, let me just tell you how to differentiate it. The first one, economic activity means where money is involved, money or money's worth that is involved. We call it as economic activity. And non-economic activity in the sense where money is not there. That is the reason we go with economic and non-economic. So example, I'll tell you. Economic activity, now a faculty teaching you because you have paid the fees, economic activity. But your mom is teaching you, you have not given any money or nothing, but it is through love, care, sympathy. All these things are non-economic. So simple equation is this. Where money is involved, economic activity. Where money is not involved, non-economic activity. Now, so when we go with economic activity, what happens here is economic activity or those by which we can earn our livelihood. So I've given example here. Workers working in a factory, he gets wages. Doctor operating in his clinic, he gets fees. Manager working in the office, he gets salary. Teacher teaching in a school, again, they get salary. So here everything is what? Now money is involved. What is involved? Money is involved. So this becomes what? Economic activity. Now what is this non-economic activity? Now non-economic activity are those performed out of love, sympathy, sentiments, patriotism, etc. Those are called non-economic activity. Now here, a housewife cooking food for her family or boy helping an old man cross the road. All these are what? Performing of non-economic activity. You help somebody, but you don't pay them. That is what we call it as non-economic activity. In the next session, I'm going to teach you about the evolution of business. Until then, thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.